Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of EDU 600 Research Methods. We are now in week number 10, which is just simply amazing to me. Today is Halloween. Tomorrow is November 1st, and really we have a lot of work that goes on in November, but we also have a week break for Thanksgiving, and then we come back after that, and we have a couple of weeks where we wrap up the final assignment and we wrap up some materials. But we're really honing in on the actual materials that were intended for this course, and I thank everybody for sticking with this. EDU 600 is not an easy course for a lot of people, and I know there's a lot of students that push it off until the very end. Not sure if we have any in this class, but I just want to commend everybody on the work that you've done this semester. A lot of work, and also complicated materials. This is not simple stuff, especially for those that have not done a lot of research or have been exposed to research in the past. So keep up the great work. I'm very impressed. And as always, if you need any help with anything, please reach out to me. I'm more than welcome or more than willing to have a Zoom meeting with everybody. Reach out to me, have a Zoom meeting. I'm here to help. Okay, so let's get on to week number 10. As you can see, the week starts tomorrow, November 1st. This week, we're taking a look at non-experimental group comparisons, and I'll just give you an overview of what that is in a second. But first of all, I'd like to get to the nuts and the bolts. So week 10, read chapter 11. Really good materials online this week about chapter 11. I'd like you to participate in the weekly discussion forum. We do have one assignment due today. It's due October 31st by midnight. This is Article Capture 2. As you know what this is, you already did Article Capture 1, where you submitted 3 articles, and now you're going to submit another 3 articles. And once those are submitted and they are, so to speak, approved, you'll be able to move on to the next part of the final assignment in this class. And an integral part of the final assignment is this thing called a comparison matrix. So we'll talk about that as we go on. But so Article Capture 2 is due tonight. If you need a little extra time, please let me know. My goal is to have everybody's graded with comments by the end of the week. Next weekend, November 7th, we have the experimental research critique, and I'll talk about that just in a second. Okay, let's keep on going down. The video that you're watching will be inserted right here. So, week number 10. Let me read this to you. This is right from our text, right from the chapter. Non-experimental group comparison investigate differences that are inherent in groups and are not due to introduction or implementation of a research-controlled treatment or intervention. So it's really looking at, to me, it's almost like when you're reading text, what's in between the text? So it is this, to me, the key of this type of research are not due to the introduction or implementation of research-controlled treatments or interventions. So this is different than true experimental research, where it is heavily into cause and effect. This is not. It really looks at the casual kind of relationships, casual explanations of the differences within the group. So I find this, this to me answers a lot of questions like, why is a group doing this? And I can tell you there's a lot of information that's going on right now about COVID and the vaccination rates and different groups. Some of it is experimental, but it's not really. It really looks at non-experimental groups and compares them. So I hope you enjoy the topic as much as I do. There's an excellent video from Jeff Beaudry in here. There's some materials, chapter 11 materials. There's a voice thread, and I'm going to just show you this, how to get there. sometimes it doesn't work when I am actually recording. So I'm going to just stop this recording and take you to VoiceThread. Okay, in Chapter 11, there's an excellent overview of this type of research that we're going to be studying. It is called Cyberbullying in Schools. The link to it is down below. But there's an excellent overview, a walkthrough that Jeff Beaudry does about this article, which I believe will help everybody understand, first of all, the article, but it will also help you understand this type of research. So read the article in our text, and then I would suggest that you go to the VoiceThread, and I'll go right there at this point. So you probably will have to cut and paste this into your browser, but where it takes you is here. So this is VoiceThread. For those that don't know how to do it, what you do is you come over here.
Hello, in the next few slides we're going to be talking about group comparison studies, and specifically we're going to be talking about an article about bullying.
So we just went through that. This is the first slide. The way you go to the second slide is you come over here, you move it forward. And I'm going to hit the button again.
So based on the chapter that you read,
so it goes through each one of these slides. There's 18 of them. There you can go to the next. Not everyone has, or every one of the slides has audio. So you may get to one where there's nothing. All you have to do is come down here, go to the next slide, advance it. There's the research article. Coming through all of the different aspects of it. It's a wonderful example of, first of all, VoiceThread, which unfortunately doesn't appear to be being used or supported that much in the university system at this point. So I used to use VoiceThread more, but this is Jeff's version. It didn't need anything beyond what he put together. So just bear with me. I'm going to go back to, so here we are. Once again, I say article capture 2 will be returned to you by the end of the week. So that's it. Now I'm going to update this, and I'm going to go and show you where the materials are now. Okay, so here's in a nutshell everything we're doing. Here is the actual research on gender differences, cyberbullying in school. Here's the article I'd like you to read. Going to come back here. Presentation, VoiceThread presentation. You can get to what I just showed you. If the link doesn't work, go right in here. Chapter 11 summary. Walkthrough. Study comparison for cyberbullying. Group comparison. So here's just a text version of the big ideas that's included in non-experimental group comparisons. I'll keep on coming down. Then we have the week 10 discussion topic. So that is really it as far as the materials go. There's just, let me take one other thing. Take a look at, so here we are, article capture 2, which is due today. We have the experimental critique coming up on November 7th, which is next Sunday. Then we have a couple week breaks, the data comparison matrix, which I will describe. I have a video that I put together on that. That comes up on November 21st. And there's a reason why it's before Thanksgiving, so I can give you feedback so you have an opportunity to start working on your final review. Now, I don't expect you want to work on Thanksgiving or that week, but it's a good opportunity for that. So that is it for this week. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. And I guess just one other thing I want to talk about, So the experimental critique. So this is similar to the qualitative critique. The experimental critique is based upon your group work that you did. So whatever group you were assigned to, A, B, or C, that is the same article that you're going to use to write your experimental critique. There's all kinds of information in here. You know, as I said with the first one, the qualitative critique, you can use your section that you wrote, but I do not want you to use other classmates' sections that they wrote. You can, if you want to quote them, you can do that, but give them, please cite that. So let me just go into this experimental critique. Assignment. So here's the specifics. We have an exemplar of the qualitative critique. We have the guidelines. So everything is in here. The assignment, please submit it in the usual place. But once again, if you are in Group A for the experimental group discussion that we have, that is the article that you will be using for this critique. If you have any questions on anything related to this, please let me know. So sorry to circle back that, but I thought it was really important that everybody at least had a refresher on what is due next Sunday. Don't need to go overboard. 1,000 words is fine. Doesn't have to be a book. Use the format and refer back to the comments that I made, and you will be fine. So let me know if I can help, and I'll see everybody online.